Hi everyone, my name is Gina. I'm a librarian at the Spokane Public Library, and this video is geared towards teen and young adult 20-somethings that might want to start their own garden. Now, starting your own garden from scratch may seem a bit intimidating. That's a lot of seeds, that's a lot of work, but I'm going to show you how to do it kind of on the cheap and with maybe some foods and leftover scraps that is hanging out in your kitchen anyway that you can use it to continue to grow things. So this is going to start with, first let's get some containers. This is just a little plastic container I got at Fred Meyer for like a couple dollars, so it's pretty cheap. And then just soil. This came in a big bag, so if you just buy like a $4 bag of garden soil, you could do a ton of different containers, so you could then grow a ton of different plants. But this is lightweight and small, so you know, if you are, like I think most teens or 20-somethings, going to be pretty mobile in the next couple of years, moving from place to place, new apartments, things like that, you can take these with you. So find a spot to keep it temporarily and then take it along on your next adventure. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this here. Now I have a large piece of celery, just kind of any old celery that you'd have at home, and most of the times, you know, it's you take the knife and you cut off the bottom like so, and then you eat this part, right? Well, you can save this part that would normally go in the trash, and you can grow a new celery from it. So the only thing you need to do is do like I did, cut the bottom off, and then add it to our pot here, place it in the dirt like so, and just water it like you would a normal plant, and new celery stalks are going to come from there, so you can have celery growing in your kitchen. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do the same thing, kind of pretty similar, with scallions or green onions. So again, we're just going to go take our knife and we're going to cut the scallion about there. So this part you can cook with, you can eat, you can do whatever you like with, and just kind of cut that white part off at the bottom. And then we're going to take our pot and we're going to bury the roots. And leave a little bit sticking out, and you just water it and it'll grow new of this green part here. So you can continue to enjoy the green onions long after, just by replanting it. So those I like to cook in a lot of different things, so that's another way you can do that. Next, I don't know, but I always seem to have at least one potato that doesn't make it. I don't get to it before it starts growing these little weird sprout things on it, and that's okay, especially if we're wanting to continue to do a container gardening. Potatoes are really, really easy to grow, especially once it's reached this stage. All you do is put this in the dirt. Just bury it this side up and water it, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of potatoes. So I wouldn't necessarily put it in a pot this size. I would give it a little bit more room so you can have more potatoes, but that really is all there is to it. Similarly, when you're getting a clove of garlic and you want to grow more garlic, you just take one of the pieces, which I took off this side here, and you just take all the coating around it off, and you bury it and put it in the soil, and that's all there is to it. Some people, though, might not be as interested in regrowing vegetables. They might instead want to do the same thing, only with herbs. So I have some rosemary, and I have some sage, and I have some thyme here. So all you're going to do is, if you can see, I'm just going to take off the little pieces at the bottom and give it a whole big long stem. So you're going to take off more than you would think. But then you'll see there's this little, I don't know if you can tell, there's this brown spot. We don't want that. The roots won't grow from that. So make sure you cut at an angle at the bottom, just like that. And then just place it in a little thing of water. I don't know if this will stay. I might need to like kind of tape it or something. but you just keep it in the water and eventually roots will grow from that little end. And then once there's roots, you can take it out of the water and put it in a pot like the one I've shown you, and it'll grow new herbs. And same thing with these other ones. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Take off these little pieces, these leaves, and the same thing. You just take the scissors, cut it at an angle, and place it in the water. So you just kind of keep it in your little jar, wait for the roots to start showing up in the bottom. They're going to be little white hairs, and it takes a couple weeks. But once they have the roots growing, you can plant them in a pot, and all this stuff you picked off, you can use that to cook with. It's not a waste product at all. Please use it. It smells great too. So those are just some little quick tips for gardening, like really tiny and really inexpensive, and that you take with you when you move and you go to a new place, and it can kind of follow you around, and you can have fresh herbs in your kitchen, potatoes, celery, and you can do this with a lot of different vegetables. These are not the only ones. You can do it with carrots and use the greenery that continues to grow in salads and things like that. There's all kinds of stuff. You can grow your own ginger. So maybe look up some other varieties that you can plant with. It's awfully fun, so I hope you enjoy that. So good luck. I'll talk to you in the next video, guys.